The United States warns its citizens to reconsider traveling to Jamaica, while the JPS is accused of negligence after a man got electrocuted. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The United States government is urging its citizens to reconsider traveling to Jamaica due to the alarming state of the country's public health care system. The advisory was issued on Tuesday, urged U.S. citizens to reconsider travel to Jamaica due to crime and medical services. Americans were told that emergency services and hospital care vary throughout Jamaica, and response time and quality of care may vary from U.S. standards. The U.S. government says public hospitals in Jamaica are under-resourced and cannot always provide a high level of specialized care. Opposition spokesman on healthcare Dr. Alfred Dawes said this is a wake-up call for Jamaica about the state of the healthcare system. An early Wednesday morning brawl broke out at the Portmore police station in St. Catherine, which is often known as the 100-Man, as several prisoners attempted to escape, resulting in both injury to prisoner and police. Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, commanding officer of the St. Catherine South Police Division, said that several of the detainees escaped from their cells before the planned jailbreak was prevented. He stated that the team on patrol at the lockup heard suspicious movements and discussions taking place within the cells, and when they went to check, they were attacked by prisoners who had managed to cut themselves out of 8 cells. The team had to use lethal means to get them under control, he stated, without further explanation. And the same thing happened at another police station, this time at the Hunts Bay lockup, but this time the police said it was caused because a police officer had taken away a bunch of contraband or drugs from the prisoners. SSP Ricketts said 2 police officers were conducting a welfare check of prisoners and search of cells when they were viciously attacked by inmates shortly before 6 p.m. And during the attack, the officers, particularly the corporal, was pummeled with fists and other blunt-type instruments. He was also doused with urine and fecal matter. At least 5 prisoners were injured. They are now complaining about pain, swellings, and other bruises and were taken to hospital. A man was electrocuted when he came in contact with a fallen Jamaica Public Service Company high-tension wire in Wildman Street in Christiana, Manchester yesterday morning. He has been identified as 46-year-old Garfield McLean, a construction worker who lived in the community. Residents said that they noticed fire gashing from the wires late Wednesday night and called the power company, but no one from JPS responded. They said about 5 o'clock on Thursday morning they were alerted to screams and later saw Mr. McLean entangled in the wire along the road a short distance from his home. They said Mr. McLean was on the ground for some time. The residents showed a rusty piece of metal which supported the wire on the pole, which broke, taking the wire down with it onto the roadway. People's National Party caretaker candidate for the constituency, Valentine Wint, accused the JPS of negligence in the death of Mr. McLean. Another suspect has been charged in the September 2023 kidnapping and murder of Tasheen Patterson and her 10-month-old daughter, Saraya Paulwell, whom she shares with Member of Parliament Philip Paulwell. According to authorities, the 5th suspect, Beyond Black, has been charged with 2 counts of murder, conspiracy to kill, and conspiracy to kidnap. Black, who was accused on January 12, appeared at the Home Circuit Court on Tuesday, and he's scheduled to return in March with 2 other defendants, American citizen Leota Bradshaw, the suspected mastermind behind the crime, and her cousin Roland Balfort. 2 others were sentenced after pleading guilty to crime related to the kidnapping and murder of the woman and her child. Richard Brown, another of the accused, got a 30-year sentence, while Rashane Miller is serving a 7-year sentence. Prosecutors stated that Miss Patterson and her daughter were kidnapped on September 9th last year, and they were taken to a place in East Kingston where they were shot and their bodies burned. Police said one of 3 men arrested on suspicion of being involved in pedophile larceny following a chase in Newport has seemingly adopted the habit from his father and his grandfather, who have previously been arrested for the same offense. Inspector Simon McCormack, Sub-Officer for Operations in Manchester, said the suspect was held with a ramgoat in a motorcar on Tuesday. The police were on patrol in Newport in Tower Street neighborhood when they observed a silver Toyota Axio, which raised their suspicion. The automobile was chased and eventually stopped. 3 men alighted from the car, and following further examination of the car, 1 ramgoat was discovered inside, he stated. McCormack said the police constantly target pedophile larceny, which continues to affect farmers in the South Central Parish. A man has been accused for allegedly robbing a bus passenger at gunpoint and attempting to rob the vehicle operator at Windward Road in Kingston on Christmas Day of last year. Tajay Beckford, 20, of Mount Ogle in Lawrence Tavern in St. Andrew, has been charged with illegal possession of a banned weapon and robbery with aggravation in relation to the incident. And according to Elliston Road Police, about 10:50 p.m., Beckford, who was a bus passenger, signaled the driver to stop. When the driver stopped, Beckford produced a weapon, aimed it at the driver and another passenger, and demanded their belongings. He then robbed the passenger of her iPhone, valued at $50,000, and earbuds valued at $42,000. He then made an attempt to rob the driver, but he was pushed from the vehicle, enabling the driver and the passengers managed to escape. And a report was made to the police, and following an operation, Beckford was taken into custody and charged after being pointed out in an identification parade. A policeman has been arrested and charged following allegations that he had a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old girl in Trelawney. The 44-year-old policeman, Dwayne Brown, from the parish, was charged on Monday following a ruling from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. Brown is charged with 5 counts of sexual assault with a person under 16 and 5 counts of grievous sexual assault. And information is that Brown was accused of being involved in an intimate relationship with a child during which they had sexual intercourse on several occasions, and the last time was said to be on February 18 of 2022. Reports indicated that in March of 2023, the child's mother reportedly went through her phone and saw several messages of sexual nature between her and the policeman. A report was made to the police and the child was medically examined at the Falmouth Hospital. A file was prepared and sent to the office of the DPP, and a ruling was made for the accused to be charged. Under Sports, Waterhouse Football Club has received a boost to their coffers with the addition of a new sponsor as well as the return of some long-term sponsors on Wednesday. Tanquil Metals, Dairy Industries Jamaica Limited, and National Bakery were joined by new sponsors Spectrum Systems Limited as corporate sponsor of the Jamaica Premier League club. National Bakery increased its sponsorship of the football club from $1 million to $2 million, while Spectrum Systems will pump another $3 million into over 3 years into the club. And Wednesday's game saw Arnett Gardens going on a rampage, beating Mullines United 4-1. Mobile United and Waterhouse played out to a 2-2 draw, while Tivoli and Cavaliers played to a 0-0 draw. And the top 4 teams are only separated by 2 points in the Premier League. Leaders Mount Pleasant leads with 32 points. Portmore and Cavalier are both on 31 points, and Arnett in 4th place is on 30. And it is so close that a win, a draw, or a loss can change every team's standing, and that also includes 5th place Tivoli, who is on 28. So any bad luck for the top 4, and a win could move Tivoli all the way up to 2nd place. So it's very competitive in the Premier League. And on Sunday, we're going to see some really great matchup. We will see Dunbeholden facing Mount Pleasant, while Treasure Beach will clash with Portmore. Mullines United will face Humble Lions. Waterhouse will face Lime Hall, while Cavalier and Montego Bay United will clash in their encounter. And don't forget to support us over at YouTube. Go to Jamaican Undiluted News. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.